Before you learn to speak, you were already immersed in them. They shape everything you see and touch. They are in the spiral of the snail, in the proportion of your face, in the rhythm of your heart, in every fern leaf. They are in the distance between planets, in the frequency of light, in the structure of DNA, in everything that exists. Numbers, but not the numbers we learned in school. Cold, abstract, instrumental. The numbers that Pythagoras discovered, or rather that Pythagoras remembered, are something else entirely. They are vibrations. They are patterns of consciousness. They are the language in which the universe writes itself. Pythagoras was not merely a mathematician. He was an initiate, a philosopher, a master of a sacred tradition, who taught that mathematics does not describe reality. It is reality, in its most fundamental form. And that for this reason, understanding numbers was understanding God, the intelligent structure of the cosmos. This teaching was transmitted in secret, preserved in fragments, and largely destroyed. What survived is enough to change forever your relationship with the reality you inhabit. Because once you see what Pythagoras saw, in every spiral, in every musical note, in every proportion, the world never seems mute again. It begins to seem what it always was: music, living mathematics. Pythagoras was born on Samos around 570 BCE. From an early age recognized as extraordinary, he studied in Egypt for 22 years with the priests of Memphis and Karnak. He learned sacred geometry. He studied in Babylon with the Chaldean astronomers, who had centuries of celestial observations encoded. He returned to Greece with knowledge that fit no existing category. He founded a school in Croton, not a conventional school, a community of initiates who lived by mathematical and spiritual principles. Members took vows of silence for years before learning the deepest teaching. Why so much secrecy? Because what Pythagoras taught threatened the power structures of his time, and of all subsequent ages. A human being who understands sacred mathematics needs no intermediaries to touch the divine. They touch the divine in the proportion of a leaf, in the chord of a stretched string, in the orbit of a planet. The Pythagorean school was violently destroyed. The original writings were burned. The disciples, killed. What survived reached us through Plato, through fragments, through medieval secret traditions. And enough survived for us to reconstruct, at least partially, what he discovered. The first and most famous discovery of Pythagoras was not geometrical. It was musical. And it was accidental. Passing a blacksmith's shop, he heard that hammers of different weights produced sounds that formed harmonies. He weighed the hammers. He found that the weight ratios corresponded to precise musical proportions. The octave, ratio 2.1, the fifth, ratio 3.2, the fourth, ratio 4.3, pure mathematics producing pure beauty. This seemed impossible. That musical beauty obeyed exact numerical ratios. That harmony was mathematics. Pythagoras took this further. All of nature obeys mathematical proportions. Everything is number and ratio. He created the monochord, a single string stretched over a box, to demonstrate this with precision. By dividing the string in different proportions, he produced all musical harmonies. The string was a universe. And then he made the most radical claim. The planets also sing. The entire cosmos is music. The musica universalis, the harmony of the spheres, the cosmos as a musical instrument of perfect proportions. We do not hear it because we are immersed in it from birth, like fish that do not perceive the water. Johannes Kepler, 2,000 years later, spent 30 years trying to prove the harmony of the spheres, and found it. The orbital velocities of the planets correspond to musical intervals. Kepler wept when he realized this. Pythagoras was right. The cosmos is music, mathematics, proportion, intelligent vibration at all levels. The second great Pythagorean teaching: numbers have qualities, not merely quantities. The one is not just the beginning of counting, it is the principle of unity, the source of all that exists. The two is the first distinction, the principle of duality that makes existence possible. Light and shadow. The three is the synthesis, the point where duality resolves into creation. the mathematical trinity. The 4 is complete manifestation. The 4 elements, the 4 directions, the cross of the planes. The maximum sacred number for Pythagoras was 10, the Tetraktys, the sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Perfection. The Tetraktys contains the proportions of all harmonic musical intervals. It is the universe in numerical form. The Pythagoreans swore by the name of the Tetraktys. It was more than a symbol. It was an experience. Because to contemplate the Tetraktys was to contemplate the structure of the cosmos in its purest, simplest form. The third teaching, the golden ratio, the number phi, the ratio most present in all living nature. Phi, 1.618, an irrational number, cannot be expressed as a fraction, but it is in everything that lives. The proportion between the segments of a pentagram, the secret symbol of the Pythagoreans, is always phi. The pentagram was the secret recognition symbol of the Pythagoreans. Health, hygeia, was written within it. The human body in Leonardo's proportions, the Vitruvian man, is a map of phi. The proportion of your forearm to your hand, of your nose to your face, of your finger to its phalanx. Pythagoras asked, why does nature always use the same proportion to create beautiful and functional forms? The answer he arrived at, because phi is the most efficient ratio of growth, the most economical of space. The sunflower uses the golden angle, 137.5 degrees, to pack seeds without waste, living mathematics. But Pythagoras went further. Phi is not just efficient, it is beautiful. And beauty is a signal of mathematical truth. That which is mathematically true is beautiful. And that which is genuinely beautiful obeys mathematics. This is not coincidence. It is the signature of the cosmos. Beauty is the universe revealing itself as mathematical. The fourth teaching, sacred geometry. Every form has a meaning, every proportion, a teaching. The circle, infinite, perfect, without beginning or end. The symbol of the undivided and eternal cosmos. The triangle, the first form with an interior. The principle of manifestation, from unity to plurality. The square, stability, matter, the 4 elements. The form of complete physical manifestation. The 5 Platonic solids, discovered by the Pythagoreans, are the only perfect 3-dimensional forms. Plato associated them with the 5 elements: fire, earth, air, water, and ether. Each element has a geometry. Kepler attempted to organize the planets around the 5 solids. The idea was Pythagorean and partially correct. Sacred geometry is not decoration. It is the code that reveals how the universe organizes itself into forms. But the deepest teaching of Pythagoras was not geometrical or musical. It was about the nature of number. Number is not abstraction. Number is substance. The universe does not have numbers. The universe is numbers. This is the most radical claim in the history of philosophy, and 20th century physics implicitly confirms it. Physicist Max Tegmark proposes today, the universe is not merely described by mathematics, it is a mathematical structure. Not that physics uses mathematics to describe reality. That reality is mathematics. Pythagoras would say, obvious. Eugene Wigner, Nobel Prize in Physics, wrote in 1960 about the unreasonable effectiveness of mathematics. Why do mathematical structures invented by pure mathematicians describe nature with absurd precision? Riemann's geometry, invented in 1854 for purely abstract reasons, was used by Einstein in 1915. Group theory, invented in the 19th century as pure mathematics, precisely describes subatomic particles. This should not happen if mathematics were merely a human tool for describing the world. It only happens if, as Pythagoras claimed, the universe is mathematical from within, if numbers are its substance. Mathematician G.H. Hardy said, "I do not invent mathematics, I discover it. Like an explorer discovers a continent." Most practicing mathematicians are Platonists. They believe mathematical objects exist independently, not as comforting metaphysical beliefs. as the lived experience of working with deep mathematics. And if mathematical objects exist independently, then in what universe do they exist? The same one as you. Now, the teaching that most disturbed established powers, number as vibration of consciousness. Pythagoras taught that each number has a vibration, a quality of consciousness, that permeates the cosmos. This survived as numerology, but was distorted. The original was rigorous, philosophical, and verifiable. The vibration of 2 is present whenever there is duality, at any scale, in any domain. The vibration of 3 is present in all creation: father, mother, child. Thesis, antithesis, synthesis. Not as mysticism. As the observation that structural patterns repeat across domains with no apparent connection. Modern physics calls this structural isomorphism. Pythagoras called it the language of numbers. Chladni's experiment demonstrates this visibly. Sound vibrating sand into perfect geometric forms. Different sound frequencies create different geometries in the sand. Vibration becomes form. Cymatics, the study of forms created by sound, is the visual demonstration of Pythagorean teaching. The universe created matter the same way sound creates patterns in sand. Vibration into forms. Hans Jenny, the 20th century cymatics researcher, said, "Everything in nature is cymatics at different scales." The structure of the hydrogen atom, the electron orbitals, are wave patterns, quantum cymatics. DNA is a double helix with precise mathematical proportions. The angle of twist, 36 degrees. Pythagoras. 36 is 1/10 of 360, 1/10 of a full rotation. The mathematics of the pentagram. The genetic code has 4 bases in combinations of 3, 4 and 3. The musical proportions of Pythagoras. The universe uses the same mathematical proportions from the atom to DNA to the cell to the organism to the solar system. This is what Pythagoras called cosmos, from the Greek kosmos, meaning order, beauty, harmony. The cosmos is not merely vast, it is ordered, mathematically ordered, with a precision that exceeds any accident. And the consciousness that perceives this order, yours, is not outside it. It is part of it. It is it perceiving itself. Pythagoras called the soul a number in motion. Consciousness as a mathematical pattern that experiences. Not the soul as ethereal vapor. As a pattern of vibration so complex it begins to self-observe. And if the soul is number, then death is not the end of the number. It is the dissolution of a specific pattern. The pattern dissolves, but the numbers that constituted it, the proportions, the vibrations, continue in the cosmos. Pythagoras taught metempsychosis, the transmigration of souls. In mathematical language, conservation of patterns. This is not theology. It is the logical consequence of taking seriously the claim that the soul is number. And modern physics, with the principle of conservation of information, is unknowingly confirming this. The deepest revelation of Pythagoras is not about mathematics. It is about what mathematics reveals. Mathematics reveals that reality is, in its essence, relation, proportion, ratio between things. No number exists in isolation. Each number exists in relation to all others. Like everything in the cosmos, the one only has meaning because there is the two. The two only has meaning because there is the one. Relation precedes thing. This was the discovery that quantum physics confirmed. There are no isolated objects. There are only relations. And if reality is relation, then separation is illusory. Everything is in mathematical relation with everything. Pi is in every circle of the universe, from an electron to a galaxy. The same number, the same relation. Euler's number E is in every curve of natural growth, from a bacterium to a population to a capital. Pi, E, Phi, I, the deepest numbers of mathematics, appear together in Euler's formula, E plus 1 torus 0. Richard Feynman called this equation the most beautiful in all of mathematics. Pythagoras would have said, of course, mathematical beauty is not human aesthetics. It is a signal that you have touched something real about the structure of the cosmos. Paul Dirac said, It is more important to have beauty in equations than to make them agree with experiments. Because the beautiful equation is the one the cosmos would use, and the cosmos uses what is mathematically most elegant. This is Pythagorean to the core. Beauty as a criterion of truth, aesthetics as epistemology. And this beauty is not relative. Mathematicians from radically different cultures recognize the same beauty. Mathematical beauty is transcultural because mathematics is the language of the cosmos, not of any culture. And here we arrive at the deepest point of Pythagorean teaching. Music is mathematics made audible. When you hear a perfect fifth and feel it is beautiful, you are recognizing the proportion 3.2 with your entire being. Not with the intellect, with the whole body, with consciousness. You are a mathematical instrument resonating. This is why music has power over emotions that no other art has. It speaks directly to the cosmos within you. This is why Pythagoras used music as medicine. Different intervals affect different states of consciousness. Dissonant intervals create tension. Consonant ones create resolution. The body responds mathematically. Modern music therapy is rediscovering what Pythagoras formalized 2,500 years ago. Certain frequencies reduce inflammation. Others synchronize brainwaves. The frequency 432 Hz resonates with the cosmos. We are rediscovering what Pythagorean initiates knew. Sound is the source code of matter. How does this apply to your life now? In ways far more concrete than any mathematical abstraction. When you feel the beauty of a landscape, a melody, a beloved face, it is mathematics that you feel. It is not subjective. It is your mathematical consciousness recognizing the mathematics of the cosmos. They are the same thing. When you create art and it feels right, it is because you unconsciously obey the proportions of the cosmos. The human brain is a proportion detector. It evolved within a mathematically ordered universe. This is why the face with proportions close to phi is considered beautiful in every culture. It is mathematics. This is why architecture based on golden proportions feels right. The Parthenon, the Gothic cathedrals. This is why Bach is considered mathematically perfect. His music obeys proportions the cosmos uses. You do not need to consciously understand the mathematics to resonate with it. You are already mathematics. Every cell of your body operates according to precise mathematical proportions. You are a cosmos in miniature. The biological rhythms of your body, circadian, cardiac, neural, obey Pythagorean proportions. The resting heart rate and the exercising heart rate have a ratio close to phi. You pulse with the cosmos. The Pythagorean practice to connect with this was simple. Attention. Noticing the mathematics in what surrounds you. Looking at a shell and seeing phi. Hearing a perfect fifth and feeling 3.2. Seeing a crystal and recognizing geometry. Not as an intellectual exercise, as contemplation, as the most direct way to touch the intelligence of the cosmos. Pythagoras said, meditate upon numbers. Do not calculate. Contemplate. Feel the quality of each number. Pythagorean meditation did not use mantra. It used proportion, geometric form, musical interval. And this contemplation produced, according to the accounts, states of expanded consciousness. Mathematics as a portal. Because what you contemplate is the structure of the very mind of the cosmos, and the mind recognizes itself. The universe is a mathematical system that thinks. You are a mathematical system that thinks. When you contemplate number, two mathematical systems that think recognize each other. That is contemplation. That is meditation. That is prayer. Sacred mathematics is not a path to God somewhere distant. It is the recognition of the divine here. In the spiral of the shell you found on the beach. In the chord that made you stop breathing. In the beloved face. The lost code of Pythagoras is not lost in any manuscript. It is lost in our perception. We have lost the ability to see the world as it is, mathematically beautiful, harmonically ordered, vibrant. Not because the mathematics stopped being there, because we developed cultural filters that make it invisible. School taught us that numbers are calculation tools. Pythagoras taught that they are portals of perception. Tools solve problems. Portals of perception change what you are. There is an absolute difference. The recovery of the Pythagorean code begins with a shift in relationship. From user of numbers to inhabitant of them. Begin to notice phi in natural forms. Begin to hear the proportions in the music you love. Let the beauty of an elegant equation touch you like music. Feel sacred geometry with your body. This is what Pythagoras taught. Not solving problems, awakening to mathematics as the language of being. And when you awaken to this, the world changes its appearance completely. Everything seems alive, ordered, beautiful. A leaf is not just a leaf. It is a chapter of the book the universe writes in golden proportion. A melody is not just sound. It is the mathematics of the cosmos becoming audible, vibrating your consciousness. A beloved face is not just a face. It is the cosmos expressing its deepest proportions through a being. And you, contemplating all of this, are not just an observer. You are the cosmos contemplating its own proportions. This is what Pythagoras found. Not a calculation system, a way of seeing that transforms the seer. The lost code is not hidden formulas. It is the perception that everything around you is already revealed formula. The universe did not hide its code. It wrote it in everything, in every spiral, in every chord, in you. Every number is a vibration. Every vibration is consciousness. And every consciousness is the cosmos recognizing itself.